Sitaram, and welcome to another special edition here on Radio and TV Jagrati with yours truly, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj, where we try to inform our listening and viewing public on radio and TV about different issues as it relates to IT here in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, many of you, today we are live here at Radio and TV Jagrati, and this broadcast on TV Jagrati, we are live on TV Jagrati, and we will have a delayed broadcast on Radio Jagrati tomorrow from 4 to 5. That's tomorrow, Thursday, the 28th April, will be the delayed broadcast on Radio Jagrati. And so, dear viewers and listeners, we are here today to discuss something that is very pertinent and is not really much discussed in society today, especially as we are becoming so much consumers of digital technology, and we'll hear a little more about that a little later on in today's program. For today, we had, of course, our free seminar on Saturday gone, and that was at the El Dorado North Hindu School, and we did have a very good turnout of those who made the time to come out, because we did some short little interviews and we asked those who came out, and all of them were, let's say, 50 plus, right, in the attendance. All of them were in age 50 plus, and it was very interesting to ask what made them make the decision to come out to a course in digital literacy. And some of the responses, of course, most of them, they said it's about empowerment. They wanted to empower themselves so that they wouldn't have to be independent. They will be independent and not dependent on others to use technology for them. They recognize that technology is here to stay and that we cannot run from technology. And so they decided that they will come out to learn more about the proper use of technology, and I stress on the proper use of technology. And so they came out and we had a very beautiful session we did on an overview of exactly what digital literacy is. And again, we stress that digital literacy is no way, anywhere to be confused with computer literacy. It's computer literacy and much more, because you learn how to use technology in a very safe and responsible manner. And so another reason that our attendees of that free seminar said that they would like to do digital literacy is that they wanted to have that management of the digital content in their homes. And just even this week, we saw that there were many in my own school. The influence of media with your children and in your homes, you have to be on top of your game when it comes to what your children view. Sometimes, we put our children in front of the TV and on their tablets and on the PC to be babysit. And so the tablet becomes their babysitter. And whereas you can lock your doors and keep intruders in from coming in through your physical doors, what about the internet and what your children look at, the content that they look at, and the kind of influence it has on their minds, and the songs that they listen to on YouTube and on other social media that is being shared among their friends and so forth. So some parents wanted to be on top of that. They wanted to know how to manage that in their homes, and so they made the effort to come out to their digital literacy class. So we are offering the 20% discount. Is gone because that was last week. However, if you do call the office now, 692-4283, if you call that number, 692-4283, you call that number now and give your name, we'll have some of our customer service representatives call you and give you more information on our digital literacy class, which begins this Saturday. It begins this Saturday, our digital literacy class at the El Dorado North Hindu School. You can call the number 692-4283 or 692-4210-4210 as well, and you will get that 10% discount for making that step to empower yourself and to take control of technology in your homes. And so, one of the things that we promote and advocate in our realm of digital literacy is the proper and safe use of technology. And many a times, you know, because it's so affordable, we can buy a tablet and it falls and the screen cracks, we just buy another one. Or even a phone, the battery is dead, so we just buy another one. And what happens to all these devices when they are not used? What happens to them when they are there in your homes collecting dust because you're not using them? What happens when you throw them out in ways that you're not supposed to? And what is the proper way that you should dispose of these unused digital devices? All these we shall find out. Before that, we'll take a short video break where we have a video that will introduce our topic for today, which is e-waste management. And then with us, we have a very special guest with us we will introduce right after we have our video telling us exactly what is e-waste and some of the things that can happen with the improper disposal of our e-waste.
E-waste. E-waste is short for electronic waste. It can be defined as consumer and business electronics that is near or has come to the end of its useful life. Only 5 out of 15 UT students understand e-waste. Examples of e-waste would include cell phones, computers, and printers. E-waste makes up 2 to 5% of the solid waste stream. By 2025, the total amount of e-waste is expected to double. Electronics contain various toxins such as mercury, barium, lithium, nickel, silver, lead, and cadmium. These toxins are known as PBTs, persistent bioaccumulative toxins. PBTs release cancer-producing dioxins into the air when they are incinerated. Without safe recycling, toxic components of e-waste end up in our landfills, eventually poisoning our soil and water. These toxins can lead to serious health issues that include heart disease, brain damage, liver and spleen disease, and skeletal damage. These toxins can also cause serious birth defects and hinder proper child development. Oftentimes when e-waste isn't polluting our landfills, it is exported to various developing countries such as China, India, and Africa. It is an out-of-sight, out-of-mind problem. However, many companies like Dell have banned the exportation of e-waste and promoted in-house recycling. The state of Texas has also taken initiative to increase the recycling of e-waste. In 2008, Texas created the Computer Equipment Recycling Program. This program requires manufacturers, retailers, consumers, and recyclers to take responsibility for unused and obsolete devices. In 2012, CERP reported 20 million pounds of e-waste to be recycled. By the end of 2013, that number rose to 21 million. Texas Green Electronics Recycling Company offers complete recycling services all over the state of Texas. TGERC provides equipment pickup and offers equipment dismantling. Electronic retailers also provide customers with convenient recycling solutions. Best Buy promotes a trade-in program that exchanges cash for old electronic devices. We must not only rely on the government and electronic companies to abide by these regulations. In order to continue the decrease of e-waste in landfills, consumers must take action and educate themselves, inform others, and recycle old electronic devices.
Did you know that the top 10 in-demand jobs of 2010 did not exist in 2004? Did you know we are currently preparing students for jobs that don't yet exist, using technologies that have not been invented in order to solve problems we don't even know are problems yet? Prepare your child today for the digital jobs of tomorrow with NCC Education DG qualifications. quality British qualifications provided by ICT Experts Limited. Now registering primary, secondary, and adult students. Call 692 ICTE. That's 692-4283. Or visit www.itintT.com.
Welcome back to TV Jagriti, and we also have our delayed broadcast on Radio Jagriti tomorrow, Thursday the 28th of April. We have our delayed broadcast on Radio Jagriti with yours truly, Panashiva Janak Maharaj, as we today have a topic that is very informative for each and every one of you, especially in this digital world. We have to look at the safety of ourselves and our family, not only online, but we also at ICT Experts, we look at our safety even offline when it comes to digital technology and the use and proper use of digital technology. So with me today is a classmate from secondary school, Holy Cross College. We both went and we graduated the same year. I won't tell you the year, that's still out our age, right? So we graduated from Holy Cross College the same year together, and I have with me a very good friend and colleague, Sheldon Lamotte, who is an advocate for the proper disposal of e-waste and a very good authority to speak with us today on our topic of e-waste. So welcome to you.
Thank you for having me.
And we are most people, as we saw on the video there, most people wouldn't really understand what is e-waste, because as I mentioned before, we have your phone is broken, your tablets are broken, your battery is not working. The easiest thing to do, because it's so affordable, buy a next one, replace it. What could happen, or what happens to us and our families when we do that? We keep it at home, or if even worse yet, we dispose of them in ways that we shouldn't.
Okay. Well, one of the things that happens to us, we have a lot of toxins that come out of it, very harmful toxins that we tend to refer to as e-toxins that you can pick up via soil contamination. Even when you burn some of them, it comes in the air, you inhale it, and it can affect you. PVCs, those things. You have a number of ailments that you can have, or can receive, or can be suffering from. You have things like nosebleeds, seizures, retard child development, sinus perforations, mouth, teeth and gum damage, and thyroid damage, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, and the list can go on and on. Liver problems, lung problems, kidney problems. The list goes on and on from these toxins that get into our system.
That's it. That's when we dispose of them. Improper disposal.
Yes.
And I saw in my own research on it as well. They said like when you have them at home, they have to go and dig into the earth and take out new minerals instead of recycling what you already have. Instead of having it there at home.
Improves that in terms of our environment, where they're not going to be mining for gold or for silver or for barium or these things, even the copper, so we can save the planet on both ends.
Reusing
exactly
what we already recycling what we already have.
Yes.
And that's very important for us to know. So as we saw in our video, in developed countries, like the US and Canada and so forth, they have policies and legislation and so forth in place to deal with this e-waste, especially. We can call it a problem because it's definitely becoming a big problem for us. And the proper disposal and reuse of recycling of the materials in digital. Do we here in Trinidad and Tobago have any legislation?
We don't have any legislation specifically guiding electronic waste. There are legislations that was put in place in terms of hazardous waste, which e-waste is also a part of. But because but because they haven't specifically outlined something for e-waste, we have to go with the guidelines of hazardous waste. You have things like the Litter Act of 1973, the Public Health Act of 1950, even the Municipal Corporation Act of 1990, and of course you have the Occupational Health and Safety at Work Act, the Environmental Management Act of 2000 also sort of put things in place but not really give proper legislation for how to specifically how to dispose of it. So we tend to use legislation that is based on an international level, coming out of things like the Basel Convention, how you actually dispose of this e-waste that is in our environment or within even our households in some cases.
So in most cases, we have listeners and viewers who are looking on at us, and they may not have been aware of how really dangerous keeping their stuff at home or even disposing of it in an improper manner can be to them. And I see from your profile that you have, we can't call the names, but you have many big companies, large companies that are taking and doing the right thing in trying to dispose of their electronic waste in a proper and responsible manner.
Yes.
Can you tell us, you're also the director at Recyclage.
Okay.
Can you give us an idea with your company Recyclage, and how can you help these SMEs and our home users who are listening now and would like to do the responsible thing as well and dispose of their e-waste in a proper manner? How your company can help?
Okay, well, we offer two rates, which is the residential rate, because we know there's going to be a lot less with that. So we go with just basically probably a vehicle because it's just going to fit in your trunk. Whereas on the commercial rate, you have to have proper safety rules, again, guidelines sort out in the acts, state that you can't transport it a particular way once it's on a vehicle like that. Open tray vehicle. So you have to have certain rates, certain precautions put in place. Also, if when we go to a site and you find a leaking battery, we have to secure it properly in some plastic form or plastic container or bag in order to not have leakage. Even for shipping, we have to ensure that these things are taken care of and secured properly.
Okay, so the actual recycling of the different parts or materials in the electronic waste, that's not done in Trinidad?
No, unfortunately we don't have a authorized recycler in Trinidad or within even the Caribbean as a whole. What we have, there are places, as you saw in the profile before, you have in the States, to Houston, you have China, Singapore, but there are laws and legislations why we can't ship to the US. They are not importing any e-waste. That's to tell you how serious it is. So they are trying to deal with it at their level. We have on our side need to actually take charge and take control of it and not just put it outside to go in the normal garbage. You could contact any of the authorized or personnel who carry out recycling and could collect e-waste and be able to dispose of it properly for you.
So basically, your company, would you like to share the numbers for listeners?
You can contact us at 710-9778 or 357-5566, or you could go to our website www.recyclagett.com.
Right, good. And there they will find some more information
and
to get in contact with you. And that's those of you who are listening and want to do the responsible thing. You have so many devices at home that are just sitting there collecting dust. Please do your part and save the planet by doing the responsible thing. So we have, the 3 R's.
Yes.
When it comes to saving our planet, we have reduce, reuse, recycle. And as one of our at ICT experts, we have been one of the first green IT companies.
Yes.
Promoting green IT, because green IT is a ways of how you can minimize your e-waste. And so I brought with me a sample of one of the devices that we actually use. This device and technologies like this is actually being used right here in radio and TV geography, where in the sales department there's only one computer, every other user has one of these. So we can see the size of it as compared to many other full-scale desktops which would have a motherboard and hard drives and all these other e-waste, being so much more than one of these devices which just has one little circuit board. So right away you can reduce your e-waste by implementing green IT solutions such as this one in your homes and businesses. Even in your homes, yes, even your homes. You can actually take a normal TV. What some clients do, they take a normal regular TV and put one of these onto it, and it becomes an automatic smart TV because you have the full functionality of a PC on your regular TV. And so we are doing our part as far as green IT is concerned to reduce. In your line of business, have you seen this sort of responsibility in terms of the large corporations? Are they making that move towards green IT solutions, 10 clients, 0 clients?
Yes, a lot of them are doing that. They have been basically cutting down in terms of, as you say, the CPU part of a machine. Mm-hmm. Some may be doing what you call terminals, which reduces again your, if you want to call it, your carbon footprint in your office. Some are turning into thinner clients. So you see that change is taking place out there. They're also looking at machines that are running a little more efficient, burning less electricity, ensuring or putting rules in place where they have their users actually shut down in an evening and not leave the machine running. So you burn less electricity overnight instead of having a machine up
and that's the CO2 emissions that you're reducing because you're using less. So as we highlight, this is actually a 0 client. So there's actually no processing done here, although you have all the full features. But what it actually does is it shares the processing power of a main system somewhere else in the company. And we save money, as you mentioned, right? Because you don't have to buy a whole tower. You save money with the electricity bill because this uses 4 watts of power. As opposed to 400 watt power of a normal CPU. So 4 watts of power, that's a big savings. So we really reduce our carbon footprint, as you said. We save space because these go to the back of the monitors that you have. So your desk is cleared. And of course, most importantly, we save the environment because these devices last 10 to 12 years. As opposed to 3 to 5 years of a regular PC. And within that time, even after that, and you have to dispose. I mean, compare the size of this to a desktop, we can see that they can really save us. So we'll pause for a video telling us some more about this Sunday device, and then we'll return to our special guest today, Mr. Lamotte, who will tell us more about e-waste and the role in Trinidad and Tobago, you as citizens, what you can do to keep your e-waste minimized.
Did you know that you use only 2 to 10% of your average PC's resources during general office work? Well, meet Bill. Bill runs Calls R Us. He has 40 call agents all working from a server and networked PCs. But Bill is wasting energy and money every day. But now, Bill has found Sunday. Sunday Technologies provides a neat, easy-to-install, low-cost, low-impact solution for any company using multiple PCs. Each of the Sunday terminals utilizes the untapped resources of a single PC, enough to run 40 Sunday terminals. Bill purchases one normal PC for the normal price and then a Sunday terminal for each of his agents. The savings for Bill's company are enormous. He saves 75% on the purchase of his equipment alone. He has no maintenance contracts as all the units come with 3 years warranty. The product life cycle is 10 to 15 years And if a unit fails, a new unit is posted to him within 48 hours. He is saving 95% on energy consumption, which is both great for his bank balance and for his carbon footprint. Sunday, the leaner, greener way to work.
Did you know that the top 10 in-demand jobs of 2010 did not exist in 2004? Did you know we are currently preparing students for jobs that don't yet exist, using technologies that have not been invented in order to solve problems we don't even know are problems yet? Prepare your child today for the digital jobs of tomorrow with NCC Education DG Qualifications, quality British qualifications provided by ICT Experts Limited. Now registering primary, secondary and adult students. Call 692-ICTE. That's 692-4283. Or visit www.itntt.com.
Welcome back to TV Jagrati, live on TV Jagrati, and we have a delayed broadcast of this program tomorrow at between 4 and 5 p.m. on Radio Jagrati. And so today I have with me a very special guest, an old schoolmate from Holy Cross College. I have Mr. Sheldon Lamott with me here today, and he is sharing his expertise on e-waste, electronic waste, and how we can save ourselves. Not only we at ICT Experts, we speak of e-safety and responsible use of technology, and that is not only referring to online safety, but we also care about your offline safety. Welcome, Mr. Lamott, once again. During the break, we saw in our earlier video that we have these. When you have your normal batteries and your phones and they're cracked, you simply throw it in the bin. Where does it go from there?
Well, waste that we normally dispose of will go to our landfills, to whether Beetham or to Forest Park. But unfortunately, these landfills were not prepared for this type of waste. You have a lot of work to do in terms of the ground keeping, what we call leaching of chemicals, and these things can occur within your landfill. You can have leaching of metals such as mercury, cadmium, lead, and these things are in your TVs, your CRTs, your normal phones, the batteries, your normal AA batteries and all. They leach once you go into the landfills, and it's quite alarming when you look at what you can have from just simply lead poisoning alone.
That's from the batteries. Right?
That's from the batteries, which is a main thing that we just simply
change a battery and you throw it.
Buy a new Duracell or
even
something.
Like your chargeable phones, your cordless phones and all, you just change batteries and you dispose.
You can have lead buildup in the body, which cause serious health problems. You have headaches, irritability, reduced sensation, aggressive behavior, difficulty sleeping, abnormal abdominal pain, you have poor appetite, constipation, anemia. You have loss of developmental skills in children, behavior and attention problems, hearing loss, kidney damage, reduced IQ, slowed body growth. All this list just from lead poisoning alone.
That's just the battery.
And that's just the battery that you throw out in a garbage, your normal landfill.
E-waste is a very serious thing.
Yes,
We should
exactly.
all take it very serious. I know before the program we were speaking, maybe there's some correlation with people's behavior now and where our landfills are located.
Yes, but there are research going on worldwide in terms of how but these leaching into the soil and to the water system, where you have
When they burn them
developments,
as well,
even
they
the
go into
burning
the
and
air.
the smoke. Certain developments they have noticed in terms of communities within that area, you have a lot more high miscarriages or even children born with defects, birth defects,
right.
people with a lot of, as we said, liver problems, kidney problems, even behavioral issues. You can have correlations to that also. Within Trinidad, we have not done any study,
Right.
but again, it's something that we can look towards
In finding solutions.
finding solutions to
Right.
some of the problems that we have.
Right. So we know that it's a very serious thing when you have to dispose of, and if you can share for those who may be now tuning in and listening to us about our e-waste and they would like to do the proper thing and dispose of their e-waste, can you share with us your numbers for your company as well, so that they can do the responsible thing and contact you, contact your company, and get their e-waste, their electronic waste. And when we say e-waste, you know, we're thinking about phones and computers, but basically it's anything that
Well,
uses electricity.
Yes.
It is considered as electronic waste.
Yes.
And
Even-
so it's very important.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things that our company dispose of. We have computer systems, televisions, photocopiers, printers, the cartridges and toners that are
Yes.
used by the printers.
And you just
also.
throw out as well.
You just throw it. We also dispose of that. Any telecommunication or networking equipment, handheld devices, batteries, and anything else that basically use electronics. You can get us via the web, www.recyclagettt.com. That is recyclagettt.com. Or you can get us on 710-9778-357-5566, or you can even look us up on Facebook and social media as well, and you can contact us via those means.
You know, as I spoke about safety and cyber safety, I want to highlight, and those of you who have your Newsdays today, if you go to your Newsdays on page 17 of your Newsday, there's an article, Pandit Shiva's Mission, Keeping TNT Cyber Safe. And that's why I'm linking our cyber safety and our safety not in a digital world, not only online, but also offline, in doing the proper thing, doing the responsible thing. We also have been, ICT experts have been one of the first, if not the, well, not the only at now, but one of the first. It's over 10 years we have been promoting green IT solutions. Right here on compound of Radio Jagrati, we have Puna Hindu School, and I remember back in 1999, we had a project there, the Computers in Society project, where we took old disposed computers from Canada and we gutted them out, and what we did then is we used a Linux thin client solution, and we reused those computers back into the classroom.
That's good.
And I know we had solutions, so that's well over 16 years now that we have been doing green IT. And so this Sunday device is one of our devices that we, ICT experts, is the sole agent for in Trinidad and the region. And it's really a very powerful, and as we'll do a program as we are talking today about e-waste. You minimize your e-waste when you see the size of this product and this device as compared to your desktop. And those interested in that, for businesses and even for your homes, you can call our office and give your name and we'll get back to you. It's 692-4210, 692-4210 and 692-4283. Those are the numbers that you can call our office to get more information on how you can implement those. Also on the screen, for those of you who are watching, and later tomorrow when you are on Radio Jagrati, there is our course in digital citizenship. And part of digital citizenship, you would learn about how to keep yourself safe online and offline, how to use technology responsibly. That course is starting on Saturday, and if you call our number 692-ICTE-4283, 692-4283, 692-4210, right now you can, if you're interested in sign up for that class. And as we highlighted last week, we had many visitors come into our free seminar and they all got 20%. However, we cannot give another 20%. That offer has ended, but you will receive a 10% discount on the cost of that course in digital literacy, which will teach you how you will learn how to get, use, understand, and create information using digital technology, devices, the internet, and media safely and responsibly. And it's for ages 7 to 70. A wide range there, because we have from primary school all the way up to our retirees who want to empower themselves and be very independent and use technology in a very responsible manner. So with me today, as our topic is managing your e-waste, is my classmate, and let's give a shout out to all the crossmen while we are here, right? So all the crossmen who are listening to this program, who may be viewing it later on social media, we will also post it. You can look for us ITNTT, ITINTT on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google Plus, and all those. You can get us YouTube as well. We'll post this video on YouTube as well, so that you can view and inform yourself about e-waste and proper e-waste management. So before we close, your closing comments, Mr. Lama.
Okay, I want to encourage the public, you at home viewing the program and listening to the program also, to do the proper thing. Don't just throw out our e-waste into the normal garbage stream. Let's start making a change from now. If you want, you can call us, contact us 710-9778 or 357-5566. Someone will answer the phone and we will discuss collection and work from there to encourage you as a citizen at the residential level or even at a commercial level. We will make the arrangements to have your waste collected.
Thank you very much, and we are so very lucky to get you out of your busy schedule to join with us today. Hopefully we can have you on another occasion. We can even go in more depth of whatever you feel our listeners and viewers should know about when it comes to the effects of improper disposal of your, because today we highlighted just the batteries. We haven't even spoken about all the other trace elements that you get from the circuit boards and so forth.
True.
Because the batteries is one of the easiest things that you can just pull out from your cordless phones and so forth, just throw it in the bins, and when it goes into the landfills, it causes us more headache, as we have literally more headache, because
exactly.
even in behavioral effects that it have on others in the environment, it will cause us headaches. So I urge you, those who have the Newsday, you can go to the Newsday online as well and check out that article that they have posted. I didn't know that they were going to do an article about me and keeping TNT cyber safe. So you can take a read on that. It's also posted on our social media, ITNTT, Facebook, Twitter again. You can join and read those articles. And those of you who would like to get those discounts, please call now. You get a 10% discount if you call now for the digital literacy class starting this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Starting this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Call 692-4283 and get that 10% discount. Empower yourself, save yourself and your family. So once again, we say thank you very much for listening and viewing Radio and TV Geography